At this point, I didn't have a friend yet. She hadn't moved in yet. So I took my little baby carriage and I walked it across the road. Because really, it was dangerous when I think that I would be so angry with my daughters if they did that. But my mother never knew. So I'm walking my baby carriage and I'm going by the grave talking to these people. And this memory just came to me last night when last night or the day before, when I was preparing for the speech. At what point did I become aware of something other than just this life? And I can remember now how I felt. I can remember smiling and talking to these people. Why? Nobody ever taught me. We did not, my parents were, they were both, my mother was a taxi driver early on, and my father worked all the time to help feed us. And about the only time we had were on a Sunday afternoon. So we would go and usually it was just taking walks. So my religious experience in Germany is pretty much limited to being baptized twice. Well, in this part of Germany, in Germany, the south is Catholic, the north is Protestant. And the Protestants and Catholics are still at each other. So not as much, obviously not as much as people were in the 30-year war 300 years ago, but there's still this conflict. The landlady where we lived did not like my mother because she was Protestant. She really liked me because the first baptismal counts, therefore I'm Catholic. So every once in a while, she would take me to the church, not to a service, but to a church that was on the way to school. And I'm looking around at all the glass, the stained glass, and I'm feeling, wow, this is really neat here. And I had this feeling of something special, but I had no clue. I'm a little kid, right? So I grew up with no reference to angels. Didn't find out about angels until I came to the United States. I was 10 years old, actually, just before I landed, when I found out. When I was 10 years old, one thing that there are angels. I really believe in them because my family would take walks, and there was, like I said, there were ruins pretty much all over the place, and this must have been maybe 1952 or something like that. My brother and I would climb on these piles of rubble, and I'm going to the very top, and I saw something. I reached in, I pulled it out, ran down the rubble hill, and said, "Look what I found, look what I found." My father grabs my hand, takes it away from me, and says, "That is a hand grenade." It was a hand grenade that had not yet been exploded. So what his reaction was? I got a pretty bad spanking. I had no clue. Right? It was a different world back then. I got spanked for finding a hand grenade when I thought I found a really neat toy. So the toy, which I found out. Jumping forward, I'm 10 years old. My father decides that the land of opportunity is the United States. He applies to come to the United States. It took 2 years for us to get approved to come to the United States, and we came with about 1,000. Yes.
Yeah.
5 minutes?
Mm-hmm.
That's all I got? You're kidding me. It's 10 after 12. Oh, no. Okay.
Well, yeah, I mean, you know, a little more, but...
Okay. Very short story. Long story short. The ship, there were thousands of us refugees. We ran into a hurricane. There was water in the women's place. And my mother said, "Don't worry, we have Schutzengel." Never heard the term before. Translates as guardian angels. First time I ever heard about that. So, jumping forward, I can't believe that time went so fast. That was my first experience as far as angels were concerned. And I was 10, my brother was 12. We arrived on February 14th. We didn't know it was Valentine's Day. And here we are, refugees, poor refugees, and there were Americans. It was very early, 6:30 in the morning, the windy, cold day in New York Harbor, and there were people with hot chocolate, coffee, and donuts. We fell in love with Americans. We figured Americans are the best people in the world. And actually, I've had nothing but good experiences. I mean, kids are sometimes cruel. And in Chicago, we were put into a school, and a bunch of kids, when my brother and I were walking in, we were dressed differently. They said, Nazi, Nazi, Jew killer, Nazi, Nazi. I had no idea what a Nazi was. I had no idea what a Jew was. I had no idea why they were angry with us. We didn't stay there too long. We moved to Florida instead, and that was paradise. 10 years after we got there, my parents had both of us through college. My brother worked at NASA on the Apollo 11 project, and I was going to graduate school. I was in Tallahassee, and I had the most horrible nightmare of my entire life. That nightmare was of a vision of my brother dying in a fiery crash. I was so scared. I wanted to call him, but I didn't, because I knew him, and I knew if I called him at 2 o'clock in the morning, he'd say something stupid, little sister, why are you waking me up? I let it go. This was on February 14th that I had that dream, Valentine's Day. 12 years later, my brother died on Valentine's Day in a fiery crash. He was a pilot, and he flew under bad the circumstances are irrelevant, but Valentine's Day has kind of it's like a two-sided coin, with one side being really ugly. It was at that point that I began to question, why is this necessary? We weren't allowed to have friends. My parents were afraid we would be, that we would be influenced badly. So we were each other's friends. We fought. There were some bad moments, like when he hit me and I screamed, that kind of thing. But that's what changed my life. So what I did is I went to the public library in Tallahassee, read everything I could about the spiritual world, about death, about light, about darkness, about angels. That's where where 5 minutes? I do have 5 minutes. Yeah. Okay. So that's where my interest in the spiritual world began. I've had, since that dream of seeing my brother die in my dream was the beginning of a series of dreams that I never did understand. So now I'm reading books on dreams because I still don't understand dreams. Excuse me. I dreamt my mother came to live with me, and she was not an easy person to get along with. She lost her son. Her life was not very pleasant, so I overlook things. But she took a nap, and I thought, I think I'll take a nap too. It was on a Sunday afternoon. I had this horrible, horrible nightmare, not of anybody that I know, but in this nightmare I woke up and I didn't ever want to sleep again. That nightmare was so bad. 9 months later, I saw that nightmare when the two towers in New York fell. I saw the smoke in my dream. I saw the people running away. So now, I love angels. I still, I know they're alive. They've saved my life a couple of times. One important point is, I was on the way to work, 6:30 in the morning. I started early. The light is red. It turns green. And I'm thinking, I really should go. The light is green and there's no traffic. So I started stepping on the gas when a car came down Monroe Street 100 miles an hour. That was an angel stopping me. I really believe that. You don't have to believe it, but I do. So I do believe in divine intervention. I don't understand why I have these dreams, but I got a few more years to figure it out. So now I'm reading the things about dreams. 3 minutes. Any questions or any comments? Anyone? Yes.
Can you share with us some of the books that you've read about angels, if we'd like to learn some more?
You know what I really wanted to do? I have a ton of books on angels. What I really wanted to do, by the way, I wrote a book on angels, and you should have one on your table. Take more if you want. I want to give it to friends. I want to give it away. If someone can make it possible for me, I have so many books on angels, cartons full, that I would love to share. If you tell me where to be, where to go, what time, what day, I will show up with boxes and boxes of books on angels. My daughter's moving in with me with 2 children, so I have to get rid of some. It sounds like I'm being overly generous. No, I need to. I would love to share those. If I give libraries, sometimes they don't need them. But if there's anybody, if you have a church that is interested, or if you're interested, if anybody wants to create an opportunity to get these books for free, mine included.
And this is your number here in the back that we can contact you at?
Yes, that is my home phone number, which has turned into a cell phone number. But yes, you can reach me. And the email address still works as well. So yes, you can contact me.
Thank you. I will.
Okay. Any other questions? Thank you. You made this really easy.